So we're on the leg extension now. Predominantly, we're looking at the quadriceps for this one because you're moving from one single joint. So it's kind of an isolation movement. However, there's so many muscle groups involved, it's really hard to call it an isolation movement. But as far as it's concerned, the muscle group that you are working is the front of the thigh, which is the quadriceps. So again, adjusters. Anything yellow on our machines is an adjuster. So we've got the seat adjustment here. And what we need to do is determine your height, and so you can go back and forth. Ideally, you want to be away, you want to be sitting up as opposed to sitting on before you adjust it. And I'll show you why. So you would get a grip on the seat back, and then you would pull the yellow lever up, and then it will go up and down nice and smoothly. If you was going to sit down and then you lift this up, it's kind of hard lifting it up. So you want to be away from it. Now, I've adjusted it to my height. And where is my height? I've got to make sure that you've got this pivot point here. Every single leg extension machine that you come across is always going to have a pivot point where the levers start for the legs. Now, for our machine, you've got to be aware that the pivot point is right in the center of your knee. So draw an imaginary line from the center of the pivot point to your middle of your knee. And then make sure that your back of the knee is flush to this pad here. And what we're going to do is we're going to sit back, grab hold of the bars, make sure that our butt is really compressed to the seat and we're not lifting up. Your lower back, contrary to the belief, it can be elevated slightly. So there can be a little gap in there. Just make sure that your upper back, so your scapula is nicely firm on the back. So we grab here, and then you would again, just like we did with the leg curl, your feet would come up, so you dorsiflex like this and all the way up. And then you would control the weight down. Now, that being said, this machine gives you the opportunity to work one leg at a time, what we call unilateral. So if I was going to do it unilaterally on my right leg, I would dorsiflex my feet up, and then I would go up, control, making sure that I'm not clanging the weight on the way down. Grabbing the arms, making sure I've got a firm grip, holding myself in, controlling. And again, same with the other leg, if you wanted to do it. Ideally, what you want to be doing is both feet together. Being independent, you've got a lot more energy and focus on both of the legs working together in an independent manner. So, dorsiflex the feet up, going up, and then you would control the weight. And what we're trying to do is not clang the weight at the bottom. Try to keep continued tension, continued motion. Going all the way up will determine how far you can. Going all the way up is all about how far you can go all the way up. And then control down.